I love Don Tolliver. Don Tolliver is such a unique person, in my opinion. I really do enjoy his music. So I really wanted to get into his discography for a while now because once I heard features of this man, I was like, this man, no homo, is like sounds sexy as fuck. Like I love this man's voice. Like I don't know, I like hearing his raw vocals too are just really impressive. So besides going into it, I was like, okay, let me see like what this guy is up to, like what's his whole deal, his whole spiel and all that with his discography. His excuse me, his albums don't disappoint. In my opinion, they're like a next step between each album. Kind of has a really good progression with his diversity of his albums, but they kind of sound not too similar, but not too different. It just sounds more comforting, but more, but like less new. It's like I don't know. Like I enjoy it. I'll just say it as that. Donnie Watmac is not that bad of an album. I feel like for me to introduce myself into Don Tolliver, in my opinion, but his Heaven and Hell album is just great. I feel like Heaven and Hell is like the perfect like album to, I feel like in my opinion, to introduce people of who Don Tolliver is. Not disregarding the first one, but I just enjoy Heaven and Hell a little bit more. Life and Dawn really wasn't that it for me. It really wasn't. It had some good songs for me, but it wasn't really like the like what I would just go back to. I feel like I would listen to Heaven or Hell a whole lot more than the other two. And the notorious of like everybody's losing their shit on this with Lovesick. I enjoy it. I enjoy especially like with the features. I think that's one thing I love with this album. I believe that Don Tolliver is capable of just, producing well thought out albums and his songs by himself. But like I feel like with Love Sick, he had good singles on or good single songs in that album. But I feel like what made it so much better, at least for me, are just like the features that he put in. Like my favorite one right now in Love Sick right now is Embarrassed with Travis Scott. Luckily I'm having with Tizo Touchdown because with him, oh my god, Tizo is such a good feature too, especially with those two. Like I feel like those two can make a really good collab album, in my opinion. I don't know. I love Leave the Club featuring with Lil Durk and Gorilla. Gorilla catch me off guard with her lyrics. Like she's just been spitting and spitting and spitting. I love Private Landing too with Justin Bieber and Future too. I love me some Future. Man does not disappoint with his vocals too, and bust out with Brent Faza because man, who doesn't love our favorite toxic R&B singer being in a lovesick album with Don Tolliver? You know, yeah. And with his, teasing and when his actual finally released project of HardStone Psycho, I fell in love with it. I feel like right now this is the second best album. I'm still putting Heaven or Hell above it, but like Hearthstone Psycho is a close like second. Like it is on par. I feel like Dawn, like this motorcycle, like like not too much on the heavy metal aspect, but like the whole heavy kind of like a motor, like I don't know, because like how the cover is, it's like yes there are some like motorcycle, like I don't know what's like the whole genre between like bikers and all that stuff was just really cool shit that he was doing. Like his music videos was really good, and when he releases Bandit and what was it called, it was Deep in the Water, back to back are really different, but they're also really good on their own. Like together as an album is good, but being separate on their own is really impressive too, that this man could just like make different subgenres at the same time in this album. I feel like that's what, I don't know if that was the goal of this album, but it kind of just exceeded my expectations because when I was coming off of Love Sick, I'm like, okay, I just hope there's not too many features because I really do love this man, but I don't want to rely on like, oh, he's good with having features. I don't like to have that type of like mentality when I'm like listening to someone. I do love the features and I love how it just amplifies his music a whole lot more, but like caring about features is not really a good look especially if you're trying to stick out as your own independent person, you know. But HardStone Psycho is really good. Kryptonite is such a great introduction with the whole bike starting up, which is really cool because that shit caught me off guard. But I just blast that shit all the time, and Tore It Up is such a hype song. I love it so much. I literally blast this shit on my car every time, and it's just like such a headbanger. I would just love to stomp my feet every time. Brother Stone is my favorite one too, mainly because I love Kodak's verse on the beat. Like I haven't listened to Kodak Black. I might listen to Kodak Black one day and talk about his music, but Kodak was just like spin. I just like sound burn in a dry I don't know. I just love how he just sounds, especially with the beat. And Don had good verses in there too. Attitude was really good too. It caught me off guard just like how good this album is, despite being like, for me, I have not listened to Charlie Wilson nor Cash Cobain. No, I did listen to Cash Cobain with that collab song with what he did with Grippy with J. Cole, but you know, we don't talk about that because I like that song, but not too many people do. But Attitude was just really good with the three switches. Like, I felt like it was just a smooth, clean transition with how the beat was just flowing between all three of the verses. So I gotta give props to Don with that. Bandit, really good. I don't know what to say. Glock is also really good. I feel like it's a calmer song than Bandit. Ice Age, I feel like, listen, I'm so sorry. I feel like Ice Age is just so much better without Don, because it's just like, bro, I love me some Travis Scott. I love me some Travis Scott. Just listening to the voice, I'm just like, damn, he is cooking. Travis is just cooking on that song. 4x4 wasn't really it for me. It's good, but it wasn't really it for me. Purple Rain, Future's, it's more like a Future song, but you know, good stuff. Also love the production that Metro put on here. New Drop is really weird. It takes a dial back, in my opinion, but it's not bad. Backstreets is my favorite because I love, Tizo's like his mini verses, like the little verses that he has, but like his extra vocals are really good. Like, I gotta say, him and those two, I feel like they can make such a good album, a collab album. I don't know, man. I feel like they can make a good album, a collab album. I can see it. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Deep in the Water is great too. I feel like, you know, listening to like all this is like really diverse, but not at the same time. Because when going to Backstreet's too Deep in the Water, I'm like, damn, that's like a whole different vibe that I'm listening to. Inside really wasn't it for me. I don't know. I feel like just going off of with Ice Age to Inside, it's good, but it wasn't really what I thought it would be. I thought it was carrying the same hype that Travis Scott put on the Ice Age verse. But you know, this one comes into a close second of like being a good Travis feature on this album. 5 out of 10 wasn't it's good, but it's not. It's just depending for me on my mood if it's like I want to listen to it or not. Last Laugh wasn't really it. And Hearthstone Nation wasn't really it for me, despite being like the ending of the song. And with his deluxe being with 4 new songs, I was like, man, I was just about to make this review until he made more song like a deluxe. I was just like, shit, I guess I gotta wait, and literally did it before my birthday, so it's like cool stuff. Rockstar Girl is so cool. I feel like it had a lot of, for some reason, Rockstar Girl reminds me of a song from Lil Uzi that he did for his Pink Tape album, which I believe is the best album that he has made so far and released. In my opinion, you can kill me about it. Love is a Drug is so good. I don't know, man. It's just so good. I really love the beat. It's just more so on that it reminds me of like this really cool retro video game that he's just producing, like with that beat. I love it, and the lyrics that he put on there too, it's just really intertwining. Like, he knows how to compliment with those lyrics, and his beat making skills are on point. Donnie Darko caught me off guard because I did not expect for Lil Uzi to be on here too, and they make such a good duo on that song. I don't know, man. His switches, and for me personally, I love me some Lil Uzi Vert, so seeing his feature on Don Toliver project is just like, that's nice though. I like it. Not as much as I want Tizo and Don to make a collab album. and then Geeked Up. I was like, bro, Yeet is on that song. I'm like, bro, you know it's gonna be a good one because Yeet knows how to make some really hard trap what is it, psychedelic songs too. So it's just like getting Yeet on there was just bound to happen. Those two, I think they did make a song, I think on like Yeet's part or Don's part, but those two are really good too, a good solid choice. So Don knows how to get his features up, especially with his beat making skills, man. It's just, man, I feel like this is like what I consider to be his best project so far that he has released since 2020 with Heaven or Hell. So yeah, I just can't wait for this man to keep releasing more music. I gotta give HardStone Psycho like a that this is like a solid 9 out of 10 in my opinion. I just feel like it should have. I don't know. I feel like it would have been a little bit better. I feel like for me, for like the songs to be rearranged around with my experience, and I feel like it should have been a little bit more with. For me, I'm a little bit picky of how deluxe albums are. I feel like for me, I'm like the like a Hearthstone like person to literally not Hearthstone like the actual fucking album. I'm like the type of person to actually listen to the songs, like all the songs over and over. I do love the amount of quality and I do love the amount of quantity that he put on here. I just for me I'm a little bit selfish of wanting more from the artist because his vocals are just incredible. And this album just like proves how he can just um transcends his voice into different ways in my opinion. But yeah, Hearthstone Psycho is such a good song, or not such a good song. It's such a good album, in my opinion. I've been running with this album for a good minute now, besides any of Kendrick Lamar's discography, or honestly, Nevermind by Drake, because, it's the summer vibe, so I'm just like, you know what, let me put on some more Don Tolliver, because, man, this man knows how to pick up any type of. I feel like with Hearthstone Psycho, I feel like for me, I can just pick up whatever type of vibe that this song is just throwing at me, in my opinion. And I feel like for me personally, that just hits me at that spot. For me, I just can pick up whatever vibe and just bump my head and just dance and jam to it. All in all, man, enjoy that all the good stuff that he's producing so far, and I can't wait to see one more that he has going for it. So, Hearthstone Psycho, really good album. Enjoy all of it, man. Good stuff that he's producing, good collabs that he put on there, and I'm kind of glad it's just minimalized because it kind of breaks the flow of like, do I like him as in him? It's like for me, I want to listen to him as an artist and not being like relying on him to make other features so far better than him. In my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Hearthstone Psycho down below in the comment sections. If not, that's AKA with me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sedigo239, and I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is. Take care, stay safe, and all that good jazz. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.